Not to start this video off as biased as a motherfucker, but this is a Gaia monster. I believe this is the third Gaia fusion. Not really saying much. But at the very least, it has an effect, unlike the original Gaia the Dragon Champion. It has soaring in its name and its wind attribute. That shit goes together. And it has the typical Gaia stats. The requirements are 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. You have 3 Gaias you can use. I'm not counting the normal monster. I have an obvious bias towards them. They do nothing. And 1 dragon type monster. Take your fucking pick. So as far as those damn Gaia monsters you can use Swift Gaia, which is kind of sort of like a normal monster, but it's technically an effect monster. And you have Awakened Gaia and Charging Gaia, which come out in Dimension of Chaos. It is merely coincidence that they made these 2 Gaias, and then some months after, they come out with this fusion. What were they planning? This motherfucker becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion while it's on the field. And this matters because of the card that it searches when it's special summon. It searches Spiral Spear Strike. What the fuck is that? Some of y'all might be thinking that. Spiral Spear Strike is an old motherfucking card. Guess it's not really important, but it's old as shit. And it's a continuous spell that reads, when a Gaia the Fierce Knight, nobody's gonna play the fucking normal monster. Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight or Gaia the Dragon Champion. The fusion becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion. You control attacks and defense position monster. Long-winded ass way to say piercing. If Gaia the Dragon Champion with your fusion will become on the field, inflicts battle damage by piercing and the Spiral Spear Strike giving that monster piercing, you get to draw 2 and discard 1. It's very well possible that later on there may be more Gaia support. And perhaps there'll be better cards than this Spiral Spear Strike. Maybe there'll be a card that's better than this but counts as Spiral Spear Strike, so that fusion can search that card rather than this shit. Drawing 2 and discarding 1 is not a bad effect, but it just seems shitty. When this card targets an opponent's monster for an attack, you can change that monster's battle position so it works hand in hand with Spiral Spear Strike, but it's not dependent on it. It's 2600 attack. It's probably going to be killing some shit in defense. Fortunately, it does search from the deck and the grave, so you could just play 1 and be, I wouldn't even say happy. You would be indifferent about the shit. But that would require you to be playing this shit anyway. I'm assuming there's going to be more support, so I'm not going to talk like a whole bunch of shit about this. I understand that the whole Gaia thing, he's this jouster and shit, and he wants to just go for somebody's face. Doesn't really do nothing nowadays. But then again, for those that really give a fuck, yeah, it's another Gaia. Yippee! One other thing. They made this easier to summon, but Buster Blade the Dragon Destroyer is clearly better. No debating. So is that supposed to offset how good the card is? Because it's funny, this is a dragon, like all the fusions are, which Dragon Destroyer shits on, but why did they make Buster Blader have to use a Buster Blader? In the new Buster Blader that they made, you can't use that shit in the hand as a fusion material. I don't understand why the fuck they did that. Why y'all do that? So anyway, thank you for watching. If you'd like to help me make some money, some cash, that motherfucker De Niro, I like saying it like that, all right? All I really ask you to do is spend literally seconds out your day and click an advertisement. This would be easier if you didn't have ad block, but if you do have it, I humbly ask you to take that shit off and put it back on when you're done. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much in advance. You have my gratitude.